Yo, what's going on, Top Shot people? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Eric and my Top Shot name is Nifty Sports. I am fired up to bring you this video today. If you follow this channel, you know that the whole point of it is to help you build your collection in the best way possible. Whether you're brand new to Top Shot or you have some experience under your belt, I like to include things for collectors of all types. So with that said, I thought it was the perfect time, given the market and what we're in right now, to go over 3 huge mistakes to avoid in the marketplace. I will give you the bullet points real quick. The first one we're going to talk about is when's the right time to buy and when's the right time to be patient. I'm going to give you some data on how you can analyze that. The second one is challenges and how to pencil out the numbers, when it makes sense, and what your risks are on those. I'm going through a real life example of one that I just completed, or rather decided not to complete and take profit instead. And finally, a little bit more of an advanced tip, but you're definitely going to want to know it if you plan on spending significant money on one single moment in the marketplace. And when I say significant money, that's whatever it is to you, whether that is 20, 50, 100, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it is. If it's significant money to you in your collection, you're going to want to know this and learn how to analyze this. I'm going over 2 examples, a 15K moment, the LeBron No Look 3, as well as a Series 1 metallic gold that I've had my eye on for a long time. And I'm going to talk about some of the price action downward on that moment and why I'm being even more patient, and how some whale activity really affects or can affect the risk in buying that moment right now and in general. So that's one that you're definitely going to want to see if you're building your collection and buying moments that are of significant value to you long term. If you end up liking this video or you get any value out of it at all, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. I've been doing this for about 5 months now. I'm on close to my 70th YouTube video, but I've been in Top Shot since February of 2020. It's been a long 9 months, a roller coaster ride, and I've learned a lot. We're building a really solid community around this channel. I also do giveaways once a week, so put your Top Shot name in the comment section of this video, or just let me know what you think of it down in the comment section there. Or if you have any questions, I'm always available. Sometimes the YouTube comment section glitches a little bit, so if you're not hearing back from me, it's because there may be a glitch or I can't see it. So make sure to hit my DMs on Twitter if you have something that's really important that you want to get out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions on there. Let's go ahead and get into this content here. I hope you enjoy it. Here are the 3 tips. Like I said earlier, there's going to be a beginner, intermediate, and a little bit more of an advanced tip in the video. So if this is something that you already know, feel free to go ahead and look at the next one. But I did want to go over this because there are a lot of people that are new to Top Shot that come on the platform, and this was a huge thing that people got burned on in Series 2. The first tip is to know when to buy and know when to sell. Make sure that there is enough supply released on the marketplace for the demand that is there. Know when the price will come down on certain moments. Here is a perfect example. Series 3 just came out last week. We're just a couple of hours away here from the second drop of Series 3, and there will definitely be more moments of Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, and every single player that was released already, released onto the marketplace, because there's about to be a million moments, about 950,000, or 1,050,000 moments, 350,000 times 3 moments per pack are going to be hitting the marketplace. And only a third of the supply of this moment has been released so far. Let's go ahead and take a look into the moment here. Evan Mobley. All right, this Evan Mobley rookie right here is going for $270 right now. There's going to be 4,000 of these things minted once it's all said and done and released onto the marketplace. What you want to do is you want to scroll down and take a look at the collectible details and take a look at the number that are unavailable for purchase. That means they haven't been released into the marketplace yet. That's over half of these moments have not been released. I know for a fact that 100 of these are going to be emptied in the packs tomorrow. They released this data right here. So I do expect the price to come down on this tomorrow, which allows you to be a little bit patient in buying this moment. There's going to be 100 new ones out there, and not everybody's going to sell it, but I don't think there's going to be enough demand increase for it to drive up the price quite yet. So keep that in mind. Even with that said, there's over 50% to be released. So there would have to be a huge surge in users on NBA Top Shot in order to increase the demand for this moment and have the price continue upward rather than downward. So make sure that you're patient on moments that aren't released into the market. Another perfect example is the LaMelo Ball that's coming out tomorrow. Somebody left a comment on my comment section of my last video. And let's take a look at the LaMelo Ball here. All right, as you can see, the LaMelo Ball is going to be released tomorrow as well. 6,000 of them are going to be released. This is actually a 9,999 moment. I was expecting it to be a 60K CC moment. So let's take a look at a 60K just to be safe. I want to make sure to pick a superstar to take a look at. So let's go ahead and look at this Donovan Mitchell moment that's being released. 60,000 is just the starting number for this one. So they can increase it into the year, but only 1/3 roughly of that supply is going to be released tomorrow. So that means there's still another 2/3 at minimum that's going to be released in the next Series 3 pack drops or on the pack marketplace, however Top Shot decides to move forward. So when this comes out, I do expect the price to come down. And not only that, there's just going to be, again, a million more moments in the marketplace tomorrow on this second drop. So that's going to cause money to go in different places and the market to go down a little bit. So make sure you're patient and you know all the statistics on what moments you're buying and when you're getting into them. I think that's a super important thing to know. Last year, it hurt a lot of people in Series 2 because we didn't really have the data, at our fingertips like we do now to help you build that collection. All right, that was the first one, pretty basic, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let's move into the second one, which is challenges. This one's super important. I'm going to go over a personal experience that I had with the Klay Thompson Top Shot Debut Showcase Challenge and show you how I profited from it rather than lost money and earned the challenge moment. When we're in a bear market, kind of like we are right now, there's a lot of times where it's really not worth getting the moment, and the lottery, in my opinion, isn't always worth it. Someone's got to pull that jersey number, somebody's got to pull the number one, somebody's got to pull the perfect, but your chances of it in the Klay Thompson case was 1 in 9,700. So I took my chances and I just went for the profit rather than completing the challenge. And it also allows you to use money to go ahead and buy that moment if it's someone that you really want anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at how I did it. Let me know if you have any questions and we'll jump into it here. All right, so if you remember the Klay Thompson challenge that happened a couple weeks ago, the Showcase Challenge, there ended up being a couple of bottlenecks to that. And the bottlenecks were the Golden State Warriors Top Shot debut moments. I'm showing you here a couple of moments and how I was able to profit from it. The bottlenecks here were Kent Bazemore and Juan Toscano Anderson. These ended up being the cheapest Golden State moments. You needed 2 of them out of 10 of that whole showcase in order to earn this Klay Thompson. These moments shot up to $70, 68 to 70 to be exact. So basically they have dropped $60 since then. Buying 2 of these and having them drop in value that much is basically your challenge right there, because you can buy Klay for 120, 60 plus 60 is 120. The math on that, especially if you had to buy anything more than these 2, did not really make sense. So here's what I did instead. These moments, as you can see, I had 2 Jason Richardsons and 2 Baron Davises, okay? Right now they're going for $139. During the challenge, they were going for $240. So these have dropped $100 here and $110 here. I knew that was going to happen. So that's another tip right there. If you're going to buy a moment and there's a challenge that's being used, that's your opportunity after that challenge is up, because that's when people offload their moments. It was a lot more prevalent last year in Series 2 when they had regular challenges rather than showcase. But this year, I think we're looking at more showcase challenges as opposed to the regular challenges. Although I do not know what they're going to do for the MGLEs. Okay, anyways, that was a little bit of a sidebar, but back to it. So these went up to $240. I was able to make profit $80 on each of these things. I bought them for $160 a piece. So let's just talk round numbers here. $80 times 2, $80 times 2. That's $190 times 2. That's about $380 that I was able to make in pure profit on this, which allows me to buy this Klay Thompson if I really wanted it 3 times. Yeah, so it was definitely worth selling these moments during that challenge as opposed to going for this Klay Thompson moment for me. In addition to that, I also had a moment that I was able to sell at a slight profit, which is a Michael Mulder, which also has tanked in value since that challenge. So I was able to get that one off the books and get liquid in Dapper so that I can use it to buy other moments that I think are going to increase and make better pieces to my collection. This is a strategy that I've done most recently, and especially in markets like this, a lot of the times it ends up being the right thing to do mathematically when it comes to a challenge. If you have all the moments and you want to complete a challenge, just go for it. The whole point of Top Shot is to collect what you want to collect, but I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of the dips in value that these have and how you can actually take the profits to buy the moment that you want, if that's the way that you decide to go. I completed a couple challenges myself just because I really wanted to do it, but I always take the time to run the numbers and make sure that the money that I'm putting into it is going to make sense. All right, hope you enjoyed tip number 2. And the last tip is this. We're going to look at how to analyze a moment so that you know your risk of getting undercut and you know kind of how to take a look out for whale activity and what your risk is in regards to whale activity as well. I'm not making this video to take a shot at the whales or anything. My whole point here is just to show you the risk of getting undercut on a certain moment. If it's something that you expect to go up, you could always just be patient and wait for the right time if there's a high chance of getting undercut, because there's a chance that it would come down, especially in a market like this, and you could be able to get it at a better deal, right? You want to be smart out there. You don't want to buy something for $500 today that you're able to pick up for $250 a month down the road. I mean, I think we've all learned those lessons here, myself included, time and time again. So I've learned little tricks along the way to make sure that I'm not doing that into the future. And I'm going to show you that in this clip right here. Again, I'm not taking shots at anybody. I don't know what these people's intentions are with the moments. Maybe they're just stacking them for super, super, super long-term holds. And maybe you want to buy it too, just for a long-term hold. But again, like I said, if I'm buying something for a long-term hold, given that it's the same moment, I would rather buy that moment at $250 than I would at $500. So you always, keep in mind that you always want the values of your moments to go up as well, even though it is a roller coaster ride. And that's just something that you got to live with if you're on Top Shot building a collection. So be smart out there. Here's my last tip, and then we'll end the video on a high note. Let's jump into it. All right, the first moment that we're going to take a look at here for the undercutting example is the LeBron James no-look 3. It's the most iconic moment on NBA Top Shot. It was one of the most epic moments out of Series 2. It was going for $1,000 at one point. Right now, the low ask is $182. And what inspired this moment for me to use this as an example was a Twitter post that I saw from one of my subscribers, one of my Twitter followers, about how they bought this and then it started getting undercut immediately. I feel your pain there. It's happened to me before too. So hopefully this tip will help you avoid that. I want to say the purchase price was around $250 for that particular person, but I don't really remember. $250 would have seemed like a really good price compared to that $1,000, but the risk was definitely there that undercutting was going to happen, especially in kind of a bear market that we're in right now. So what I want to do is I want to scroll down to this and show you how you can analyze that risk a little bit more. Hit this evaluate market button right here. It's going to take you to a completely different site where you can analyze this moment in a little bit more detail. The total owned is 14,132 and the unique owners is 10,451, which means there are a lot of people who own multiple moments of this. And again, if you want to buy this moment and hold it long term, that's great. I'm all about holding moments long term in my collection, but my whole point is I would rather buy this moment at $182 than at $1,000. And trust me, there's a lot of people out there who bought this thing at $1,000 thinking that it was going to go up. and now it's down 80%, and that just stings. They could have bought, I'm sure if you ask any single one of them, they would have rather waited, kept their cash, put it into a better investment, and bought 5 of them now than just one of them back in March. So we will scroll down and take a look at the leaderboard here. And here's where you can see who owns multiple moments, right? So the top person on this one owns 132 of these. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a guess. And I don't know what their intentions are. Again, I don't know this person. I'm just looking at purely the data and purely the risk behind it. I'm just going to go ahead and take a guess that they're not stacking 132 of these moments just to hold them forever, that eventually they're probably going to want to take some profit on these. And most likely, they probably got this moment for a lot cheaper than you or I are able to get if they're buying that many of them. If you were to get into Top Shot, and I can, you can take a look at the data. I'm not exactly sure, but if you were to gotten into Top Shot back in October 2020 as an early adopter, or even November, December, or even January of 2021, there's a chance that you probably could have gotten this moment for $10. I don't know, maybe a little bit more. I know for a fact the moment that we'll go over next, a lot of people are picking up these MGLE moments for in the low $50, high $40 range. So, this person may, or there's a lot of people out there, I will say, that may have gotten this for $10. They stacked a bunch of them. They're already at an 18x profit, even if they sell it at the low ask. They could have been at 100x profit if they sold it at $1,000. And their ability to control the low ask on this moment is immense, right? So they have a very high control of, especially the person with 132. If they wanted to get liquid and sell all of these moments and take their profits and move into another moment or another cryptocurrency or another investment in general, whatever they want to do, they have the ability to undercut 132 times. So that's the risk. And that's why you want to go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard and see who has all of these. And again, in a bull market, you're going to see it as well. People are going to start taking profits, and you may not be able to sell it if it's something that you want to sell and trade up into other moments. So just be careful. Be careful on that. You never know what's going to happen to a moment depending on how the market goes, but it's something that you definitely want to take caution on. All right. And the last moment that we'll go over here is this moment, this Paul George Series 1 metallic gold. I love this moment. I was eyeing this moment and thinking about adding it to my collection for about 2 months. Did some more research on it when it was actually time to get going, and I decided that I'm going to hold off and see if there's price action downwards. I'm just going to be patient, and hopefully into the future, I'm going to be able to buy this moment for cheaper than $900, maybe even half that amount. Who knows? I may never have the opportunity to do that, but I'm just deciding that the risk of buying it at this price is too high for me right now. Because of all the ownership of this moment. So again, I'm going to go down to evaluate market. As you can see, again, this is a 299 edition size Series 1 metallic gold. So it's a rare moment. And it'll take you over here again to this evaluate market page where you can see that 295 of them are owned by 180 unique owners. So a lot of people, again, are stacking this moment. I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that were able to get this thing at, around the $50 range. So call it $50. They're up 18x again already on this moment. It's gone up much north of this. So they're probably able to, maybe even take some profits there. And that's not everybody's case, maybe just some super, super early adopters. But, there's also people who bought the moment for much more than this and are now down on it. So I'm going to be patient and see if this comes down a little bit. But I just want to go down to the leaderboard again. And, if you take a look at the top 10 holders of this moment, if you count up all of these numbers right here, it adds up to 84. 84 out of 295 is like a 29% stake. The top 10 people who own this moment own 29% of this whole entire moment's value out of 299. So again, if I were to buy this, I would have to be comfortable with the risk of having it take a big dip and in value rather than continue to go up. Because if things continue the way that they are, again, especially in a bear market, and people want to start offloading this thing, then people have a very high ability to start offloading these things and taking profits on these and continuing to make money as the price even goes down. I know there's a couple listed. If you look at the actual listings, people are already pricing them on there so that when the price runs out to it, then they're able to take their profits at that moment. So it's just some food for thought. Again, collect what you want. I'm just here to give you some of my thoughts and my strategies on how I go about building my collection, and hopefully they're helpful for you as well. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did get some value out of these 3 mistakes to avoid an NBA Top Shot. I've been around since February. It's been a really long 9-month roller coaster ride with ups and downs in the portfolio. I was definitely down a huge amount when the bubble popped, but I was able to make some really smart buys, trade out of some moments, and then get into the green. So it's something that I'm really proud of. I'm in the market a lot, so I'm able to see things that are going on. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know. Please, again, subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you here in the community on my YouTube channel. Hit me with that thumbs up button and leave a comment if you want to be entered into the giveaways. And in general, just to let me know what you think. I have been having some issues with YouTube comments lately. There's been some glitches. So if you're having issues commenting, just shoot me a DM on Twitter and I'll get back to you. I'll put you in the running for the giveaways and all that good stuff. So good luck out there in the marketplace. Good luck with all the pack drops. I hope you have a great Series 3. Again, I'm committed to making videos on a regular basis, and I will see you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you soon.